The truth is brutal. There is a wave tearing through private equity circles right now, and it's not just another passing trend. Impact startups are not politely knocking on the door anymore. They are smashing it down with a fury that shakes the status quo to its core. And if that reality hasn't hit you hard yet, you're about to realize how massively the game has changed. This isn't about fluffy feel-good ventures or some niche ideal anymore. This is about where the real power, the real control, and the real future of investment is hiding, right now. And if you want to stay relevant, if you want your work, your money, your vision to mean something in the next decade, you have to get ready for this shift. Because ignoring it will mean being left behind, stuck in the old world's dust. Here's what's gut-wrenching. Many founders and investors are still caught in yesterday's mindset. They chase growth at any cost, worship the quick exits, measure success only in dollars, and forget why they started in the first place. The pain is real. Burnout, disillusionment, wasted resources, missed impact. The problem isn't that they lack ideas or drive. The problem is that the old systems, the old playbooks, the logic that told them how to build, fund, and scale no longer work, and worse, they are actively choking the very change they want to see. It's like screaming underwater. There's energy and effort, but no breakthrough, no real movement. Investors feel the same grind. They want returns, but also want meaning. They want to avoid impact washing, the noise that clouds the true signal. This leaves both sides frustrated, restless, stuck. But listen closely. This pain, this confusion, this grind is the exact fuel to ignite something far bigger than anyone expects. Because impact startups are dominating private equity, not because they're nicer or trendier. They dominate because they are rewriting the rules on value itself. The old game measured emptiness, short-term gains, superficial metrics, hollow growth. Impact startups measure depth. Their worth gets counted in lives touched, communities lifted, ecosystems regenerated, futures unlocked. And this shift pushes private equity to evolve into something far more awake, far more responsible, and far more powerful than it ever was. This is the silent revolution that's shaking boardrooms, investment memos, and founders' dreams alike. Why? Because an impact startup combines relentless business sense with uncompromising purpose. They're no longer fighting profit versus purpose. They are building models where purpose is profit. That is a seismic mental reset. It forces investors to rethink risk, reward, and how to steward capital. Suddenly, closing a deal is about more than the numbers on spreadsheets. It's about alignment with vision and values, about unleashing real-world change that compounds. These startups show us daily that the future isn't owned by the comfortable or the compliant. It belongs to those who dare to challenge every assumption and rebuild from the edge. Impact startups don't seek permission. They create permission, and in doing so, they pull private equity into a new orbit. The secret many don't realize is how powerfully this connects to the human hunger beneath it all, the need to be part of something bigger than business as usual. Founders are tired of being boxed into roles that don't acknowledge their full selves. Investors are fed up with hollow transactions that don't actually transform. Together, impact startups and their backers create an ecosystem where meaning flows alongside money. This changes everything. It breaks isolation, ending the lonely struggle of exceptional individuals who previously had nowhere to connect because old networks only celebrated sameness and short-term success. Now, a new kind of network, a network that values radical difference and fierce collaboration, is forming quietly but irrevocably. Here's an insight that can't be overstated. This is not just about good PR or ticking ESG boxes. This is about unleashing human liberation through business. Those who join this wave are not just investors or founders. They become architects of a new reality where rules don't cage them but empower them. Because the old chains, bureaucracy, stagnant systems, fear of difference, they're not just barriers. They are deliberate traps designed to keep real change locked away. Impact startups throw these chains off and show what it means to be truly free in a world begging for transformation. The real win is a radical form of sovereignty, being a voice that questions everything, a force that redefines success, a catalyst for reshaping the future on one's own terms. What's needed from founders and investors alike is a brutal form of courage paired with cold clarity. Courage to reject comfort and consensus, to burn through the noise and chaos, and find alignment not in popularity but in purpose. and clarity to see that the future is not in scaling existing broken models, but in creating ecosystems that honor contrast, foster rare brilliance, and build new structures for the exceptional. Impact startups are the tip of the spear piercing through illusions, but they cannot do it alone. This is where the greatest shift happens, connecting those few rare individuals, the founders with fire, the investors with vision, the professionals with integrity, in networks that don't ask for compromise but demand creation. The rise of these autonomous radical networks. This is the true backbone for private equity's transformation. If you're still watching, feeling something powerful building inside, that's no coincidence. This tension, this restlessness, this burning dissatisfaction is your call. The call to move beyond the mediocre, beyond the easy answers, beyond simply playing the game. The impact startup wave is your path. It shows that real success demands first, unlearning every false assumption about how the world works. It demands questioning every comfort zone and safe play. It demands an unrelenting belief that creating new value means building new systems, where freedom is practiced daily, where will is sharpened as a weapon, where patience for the long game outlasts the greed of quick wins. And this path, while scary, chaotic, uncertain, is the only one that leads beyond the suffocating illusion of normal. It is the path to what's next, what's meaningful, what's truly powerful. Impact startups are not just dominating because they are better at certain formulas. They dominate because they embody a rejection of noise and sameness in favor of essence. Because they are the future powerful few with a shared mission. Private equity feels it because it knows the old ways are crumbling and won't hold up. Impact startups give it a new vision. A vision where capital is a tool for transformation, not domination. Where success measures go beyond balance sheets to human lives. Where investment is an act of partnership and liberation, not transaction. That's why this moment is not a fork in the road. It's a breaking point. A break with the outdated, the herd, and the complacent. And for those who rise, who align, who burn alongside the movement, the rewards are not just financial. They are deeply human. Foundations forged in trust, legacies built in purpose, futures crafted in freedom. What the world once denied is now demanded. Spaces for the rare, the bold, the fiercely different. Impact startups are the lighthouse and the underground flame, offering not promises but proof that new realities can be built by those who refuse to settle. This is the new battleground, the new proving ground. Do you want to be just another player trapped in illusions? Or will you be the spark that connects this rare few into unstoppable power? The choice is agonizing, thrilling, terrifying, because it strips away all comfort and demands truth. Impact startups show the way, but it takes founders and investors who are done waiting, done bending, done buying lies. Those who understand that to shape the future, they must first shed the old skin and build something raw, alive, unbreakable. It won't be easy, it won't be quick, but it will be real. And those who dare will look back one day, not at what they owned or earned, but at what they unleashed. The world isn't waiting for the timid. It's waiting for the liberated. The network of rare souls who refuse to be quiet, who burn brightly with fierce purpose, who forge legacies of impact no spreadsheet can capture. This is why impact startups are dominating private equity, because they are the vessels of that fierce, unyielding fire. And all who seek a future that matters must learn to light it, carry it, and spread it. If you feel that fire inside, that quiet roar rising, know this: you're not alone. You are part of the few, the made for this, the relentless seekers of what's next. Align, connect, break the patterns, and build the future you were destined to create. Because the time when impact startups ruled private equity is not just now, it's forever. This is more than investing. This is liberation.